Hello, everyone. Happy New Moon. Once again, once a month is our New Moon update. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Alejo. How are you?
Hi, Rod. I'm great. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Very busy week because we know when approach to the Aries in Greece as a International Astrologer Day. So all organization have a lot of events. So we can go back to look at our schedule. It's like a Monday to Saturday. It's like bang,
Yeah.
full on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So our audience may have to go to see us, our face everywhere in all the different YouTube channel, different organization, different place.
Yeah.
Just like I presented us. Well, so we have this interesting new moon at 28 degree Pisces in it. And it's like
Yeah.
Wow.
very close to the Aries Ingress, but very next day is Aries Ingress. So who wants to
Yeah.
start?
I can start.
Oh,
Uh,
please.
so we have, yes, a new moon in Pisces. So of course this, it's kind of a strange combination because new moon means action, but Pisces, of course, is more about retreating into oneself. So, and the sky is kind of strange because we have all of these planets in Pisces, which talk more about kind of let go, connect with your dreams, connect with the imaginal world. But then we have this very, like you were saying, the day after is the Aries ingress, and we have all of these planets in Aries, which we can see in the world how there's this kind of polarity perhaps in the world in which we feel both things. We want to escape and retreat from everything that's happening, and at the same time, so much is happening. So I would say that it might be a moment in which we feel particularly sensitive, particularly, overtaken by everything that's happening, perhaps drawn in the kind of collective experience of this, which is quite difficult, I think, for all of us. And this, maybe it's this opportunity to, for a moment, for one day, pause and try to reflect, try to see how I feel in this, how I can try to deal with this, what is it that I can do, and to suspend a little bit judgments. Perhaps it is a moment in which, Pisces has this quality of it's the last sign, so it can merge everything together. So perhaps this opportunity to kind of find a way to be there with your feelings, with your emotions, without pushing yourself to do much, to decide many things. Just to try to stay there and see how you feel, and then to see what might emerge from this. But I think it might be, quite a day where emotions are kind of right on the flesh. So maybe it is good to take time on your own to try to, be with yourself and, and take care of yourself. Yes.
Beautiful, Wendy.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very sensitive. It's quite overwhelming, all these planets in Pisces, and it's very tiring, really weary. And so it's sort of like winding down to wind back up again. And it's important, I think, to sleep. And like Alejo said, like, really take care of yourself. It's also, I think, a good time to sort of reflect on, what has been, what has gone as we sort of move forward. Things are sort of ramping up very quickly now, and they will be over the next few months. So this sort of tiring Pisces energy is sort of, on its way out, but it does drag us down a little bit. So yeah, it's important for self-care, but also take with us. We need a little bit of a little bit of a box of treasures. That's things that things that we need to take forward, create new dreams, things like that. But also discard what we don't need anymore.
Definitely, I really agree with that. And it is very interesting. I checked the chart, and if we only look, we don't usually do that. If I only look at the seven luminous that we can see by our about by our eyes, so-called traditional planet. At this moment, until maybe July, they are in one side of a nodal axis. I said that is a simple. I don't want to go to. I know the in Vedic astrology has a particular name, but I think it is an imbalancing. So I think we are trying to balance back, and that's why maybe cause us like either excitement or either just like a numb or tired or dreamy. And another thing is this new moon is very close to a fixed star called Skiat, or some people call it a Shiat. It is so famous. That was because Titanic, the launch of Titanic, the Mars was aligned with this star, and they blame this star for that, tragic event. So always the when people talking about these big stars, talking about the drowning, murder, problem with water. So we know at this moment in the Persia Gulf that there is like a tension there that could be cause a few things like that. But however, Benedict Brad gave us a very good explanation about interpretation about this star. It's like the lake of the Pegasus kick out the fountain, bring the inspiration. So we can get inspired in the personal level or social level. That get one thing is like get inspired. But I agree, as this Newman is also very close to Neptune. It gives us a little bit dreamy and or like I don't want to do
Yeah.
anything, fatigue. And also, have you noticed? You probably haven't noticed yet because the news just coming out now today. Is over the weekend in Kent area, Canterbury, Kent area. Yeah, when
Meningitis, yeah.
meningitis outbreak in UK, you just like, oh my god, that is Neptune Saturn conjunction in Aries in the head.
Yeah,
Oh,
and also
wow.
the Pisces too, though, with that sort of, it's a sort of,
Sleepy.
yeah, it's contagious as
Oh
well, though.
yes.
Like, it's that Pisces stuff as well. That right at the end of Pisces too, which
Yes.
can make people feel just a little bit ill. But like you said, I think and like Alejo said about being imaginal, and you said about dreamy and inspiring.
Yeah.
There is that last, it is a time to take stock of, write your dreams down. They're really powerful right now. Things like that are, and use that imagination. Write a song, whatever you want, a
Ah.
poem, whatever, it is does have a beautiful part of it. If you can, yeah, stay awake to do so.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. Use that inspiration. Write a song. Write a poem. Or write
Yeah.
creativity. Alejo, what do you suggest for this energy?
I agree with the creativity. So Jupiter is in Cancer, and it's a kind of ruler of this
Oh
lunation.
yes.
So the idea of again finding treasures within, I think it's important. And with what Wendy was saying about writing, I was thinking that Mercury is conjunct the North Node at the moment depending of course how you use the North Node, but
Yeah.
it's very close to the North Node, and so again perhaps this calling of yes, dream, using perhaps communicate in different terms, not in the usual terms, in kind of more symbolic term, more emotional terms, more metaphorical terms. And you were talking about this Vedic thing, and I remember the myth. I don't remember perfectly the story, but there's this kind of churning of a
Oh
big lake of milk,
yeah. Yeah.
and a lot of things come out. So,
Yes.
okay, going deep inside might mean also seeing all of these things then come out, and some things might be nice, some things might not be so nice. So I like so much this idea of Wendy of also perhaps taking the time to see what things do we want to let go of, release of, which is kind of a Pisces thing, before we go into Aries, before this new emergence of new desires, what to let go of. And okay, what to dream that we could do when we step into the next sign.
And I
Definitely.
think that's also accentuated by the sextile to Uranus and Taurus, isn't it, as well? What do we let go of? What do we keep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. So as we talking about by this weekend, so we're moving into the Aries. So I say whole lot about school and organization prepare the event. Do we have an event, Alejo?
We do, of course. We have an Astro-Duet, and we're going to be talking about the Sun ingress into Aries, which for people that are not so aware, it's a very important date, like Rod said, is taking as the International Astrologers' Day because it's the beginning of the zodiac. So it's the beginning of the beginnings. And so this idea that when the Sun goes there, it's bringing light on what the year it's going to come, what the year it's going to be like. Because of course, in astrology, beginnings are important. That's why we cast charts at the beginning of a person's life. And so we're going to have a discussion on what this Aries ingress is going to be. And it's going to be on the 18th of March at 7 p.m. And in this case, we're going to have Liane McCafferty. I always say her last name. It's always difficult for me. And Chris Mitchell, who are amazing. You know them because they're part of the AA board, and they're just amazing people and amazing speakers. So it's going to be amazing. So just go to the website, Astro-Duet, and you can sign up and you'll get the link. It's an event that you're all invited to come.
Yeah, thank you, Alejo. And I'm curious about the conference. Wendy, do you have more news for us?
Yes, yes. So the conference booking should be open next week. And a reminder that it's the 18th to the 20th of September. It's going to be in Nottingham, but it will be hybrid for those who can't attend. So we'll have offline via Zoom and residential. We've got a fabulous excursion on the Thursday pre-conference, which will be a fabulous visit to Chatsworth House. And on Friday, we've got 6 great workshops lined up, all many different subjects. So, yeah, check out the website next week and, yeah, make a booking.
Can't wait. I really can't wait. It's a fabulous place, and it's so nice to see old dear colleague and make new friends. So, well, I'm really looking forward for both events, as I'm going to host it again, and I will be in the conference too. So, but well, this week, this month, we have that Pisces New Moon. So watch out yourself, look after yourself, and stay balanced, and just chill. Okay, well, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.